leaving me single. She's pregnant. My name is Nightmare. I haven't had my period for 2 months. My best friend joked with me and asked me to take a test. I never thought there were really 2 bars. But I don't even have a boyfriend. My bestie asked me to think carefully. Is it when I am asleep or drunk? Being taken advantage of. Did someone break in while I was sleeping? I live in an apartment. The door is locked on weekdays. How can it be? And just at this moment, I suddenly remembered that I was drunk once recently. It was a company department team building party. I drank a few more glasses because I was happy, then fell asleep. When I wake up again, I was already lying on the bed in the hotel. But there were 2 female colleagues in the hotel room at the time, and I woke up fully clothed. There is no discomfort. Now thinking about it, it's terrifying. Because there were only 2 female colleagues and I at the party. There are 5 more men. Could it be that the baby in my belly is theirs? I didn't think much about it and called my female colleague directly, facing my inquiry. The female colleague just stammered and said, "Nothing strange happened that night." I instantly felt that there must be something fishy going on, so I came to the hotel where I stayed that day, find the boss and asked him to investigate the corridor surveillance. The boss walked away tactfully. I checked the surveillance footage from that night. I closed my eyes when I saw you in the corridor, drunk and unconscious. I was carried into the room by 2 female colleagues. Soon the door closed. Nothing happened. I was relieved to see this. Continue to pull the progress bar back. Until I am. My eyes suddenly widened, because I saw 5 men coming into the corridor. And these 5 men are the male colleagues at the party. I trembled all over when I saw this. I saw a few male colleagues knocking on the door, and opened the door. It was the female colleague who was on the phone with me. He led those colleagues in. I held the mouse tremblingly. Continued dragging the progress bar until 7 o'clock in the morning. The door was opened again. The 5 male colleagues walked out of the room. Although everyone looks tired, but they all seem very happy. It's like my soul has been sucked out of me. Buzzing head. 4 hours. 5 men, including my 3 women. What on earth did they do in the room? When I think of this, I picked up my phone and called the police. Accompanied by my best friend Linlin, we went to the police station. The police quickly arrived. Bring all 7 colleagues involved back to the bureau for investigation. I was taken to the hospital for examination. For DNA comparison, all male colleagues had their blood drawn. The interrogation results will be out soon. The police told me they all testified that they were just playing cards in the room that night, and they have sent people to the hotel to collect evidence. After returning from the police station, I've collapsed several times. Until the next day, I went to the police station again. The survey results are out. File display. These 5 male colleagues, all of them have no parent-child relationship with the child in my belly. How can this be? That is the truth. We also understand that we cannot directly rule out their suspicion. But it's been a month. The hotel couldn't find any evidence. Hearing this, I was so angry that I was shaking all over. They were interrogated separately. The testimonies are the same, and there is no evidence. The key is the baby in your belly. There is no parent-child relationship with them. After leaving the police station, the more I think about it, the more it seems wrong. Not their words. Who is the case? As a last resort, I had no choice but to go back to work. The weird thing is, after returning to the company, my colleagues greeted me enthusiastically. The department manager also talked to me as soon as possible. Nightmare. Everyone understands your situation. No one will blame you. So I'll give you a week's paid leave. You take a rest. Let's deal with personal matters first. I didn't refuse. I hurried back home after get off work. But just when I told my boss to give me a holiday, after talking to my bestie, my girlfriend immediately noticed something was wrong. You wrongly accused your colleague of raping you. They didn't exclude you. I'll give you a holiday. There must be something fishy going on here. Listen to him say this. I also reacted. It's really abnormal. So my girlfriend came to me. I asked for the phone numbers of 2 female colleagues who were present at the time. That night I stayed at my best friend's house. I slept very soundly this night. Until the next afternoon, my bestie called me again. I just woke up. I only heard the other end of the phone. She said in a solemn tone, "Mom, you must have been abused that night." Who did it? They all did it. Hearing this, my head sank. The whole person fainted. I haven't had my period for 2 months. My girlfriend joked with me, call me to test. I never thought there were really 2 bars. But I don't even have a boyfriend. All I can think of is that department party where I got drunk. After investigation and evidence collection, the police have brought my colleague who assaulted me to justice. But it's not over yet. Because the DNA test results showed these 5 colleagues are not compatible with the fetus in my body. And just as I was about to leave the police station, Officer Liang called me and told me that in my blood sample contains an overdose of powerful sleeping pills and have symptoms of long-term use. At this time, my face turned ugly. When did I take sleeping pills? Could it be him? 2 hours later, I returned to my bestie's house with a heavy heart. While my bestie hasn't come back yet, take out the pinhole camera I just bought from the store. Install in the corner of the living room. Get up this time. I didn't tell anyone, including girlfriends. And so 2 days passed. On the 3rd day, I leave work early, while my bestie hasn't come back yet. Sneaking into the room. Open your phone to view the video from the camera in the living room. The scene in the video shocked me. I actually saw it in the video. A muscular man in black, walking around my bestie's house. But my bestie doesn't have a boyfriend. Looking at the figure of the man in black, I'm shaking. The next scene almost made me scream. Because I saw man in video. 10 minutes ago, I was in the living room. Then the man walked into my room. I looked at the time on the monitor. I couldn't help but tremble all over. This man is in the house now. And my room is the only place to hide. That's the closet next to me. I dress calmly. Pick up your phone and call your bestie. Honey, do you want to eat mango? I think the mangoes in the supermarket downstairs are good. I'll buy it for you now. I'm about to walk out the door. But at this moment, the wardrobe in the room suddenly opened. A sinister voice sounded. Isn't your bestie allergic to mangoes? I screamed for help, running towards the gate. Didn't take 2 steps, but was caught by the men behind him, pulling me into the house by my hair. I screamed, while resisting madly. Then he threw me against the wall. I suddenly felt dizzy. He was soon tied up. I cried and said, please, let me go. I don't even know you. Don't know me. I am your husband who sleeps with you every night. Then I saw the man's face clearly through the light. It's him. He was the security guard of the apartment I used to live in. My face changed drastically. You put the sleeping pills in my body. The man smiled. You forgot that before going to bed. Do you have the habit of drinking a glass of milk? Then the man's eyes became extremely gloomy. I told you you can't escape. I've never seen such a scary look. This moment, I feel like my soul is being sucked out of me. He quickly blocked my mouth and said to herself, wait for your best friend to come back. Get rid of her. I will fly away with you. About 10 minutes later, there was the sound of a key turning outside the door. My bestie is back. Meng Meng opens the door. Why is this door so hard to open today? She said as she pushed the door open. At this time, man is hiding behind the door with a baseball bat. Then he swung a stick. But it was empty. Several policemen came rolling in from outside the door, knocked the man to the ground. Don't move, be quiet. And I was finally saved. Actually, Mango is the code I agreed with my bestie in advance. If I'm in danger, I'll say Mango. Then he'll call the police immediately. After the man was captured, the truth is out. The man's name is Li Hao. He was the security guard of my old apartment. Since I moved into that apartment, he was stared at, sneaking into my room every night, violate me. Then he left quietly before dawn. I know the truth. The mood has been depressed for a long time. Under the comfort of my bestie, I walked out slowly. 1 year after returning to normal life. What do you want to eat today? I have no appetite recently. Why don't you go buy some sour plums to whet your appetite? Okay. I just want to eat something sour.